Hello, 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 and welcome to all of my Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is Queen Amun Ra's tarot reading. I want to share with you the difference between the low and high vibrating Aries. And in that, I'm going to also offer you guys a special reading. I'm going to ask the universe to share with me about specific areas of love and money for you, Aries, okay? So let's talk about the high vibrating Aries. The high vibrating Aries, you guys are very strong. You have very strong leadership. You are amazing. You have amazing self-confidence. You have a lot of positive energy. You're very brave and you're very creative, which I'm not surprised at all. The ones that are vibrating low, and keep in mind when we all of us vibrate at a low frequency at some point in time, depending on the circumstances. If you're in a toxic environment at work or at home, you could be low vibrating, so I don't want you to assume that if I read off any of these character traits and they apply to you, that you can't change them. Remember, we're creators. We can create the type of life and environment that we want. And so for the low vibrating Aries, we have ones that are selfish, attention seeking, lots of outbursts of anger, lack of patience, and impulsive behavior. Okay, that's for the low vibrating, Aries. But I know we don't have any low vibrating Aries listening to this. You may know some low vibrating Aries, but this is the difference between the two. Okay, Universe and Most High God, please give me some information about for the Aries in areas of love and money, specifically in areas of love and money. So Aries, we know that we have some planets in retrograde right now. We have Venus, we have Jupiter, and we have Saturn in retrograde right now. So during the planets being in retrograde, that means that we're reviewing a lot about we're reviewing areas of love and money, right? So love could be self-love, it could be romantic love, it could be family love. Okay, I want you to follow me with this, because when I ask the universe specifically about areas of love and money for you, that's not just the romantic love. I think last week what I was getting in a lot of cards were telling people like not to go back to exes and so on and so forth, but this is areas of love in general. Again, romantic love, family love, self-love. Okay, so let me see what the universe has so far. Okay. So I see some major arcanas here for you, Aries. And the first one is the Strength card. This is a Leo card, okay? So this tells me that you're very, very strong. And you probably already know that about yourself, but just in case you're feeling like it's a lot of uncertainty about things going on, you're just very, very strong right now. Okay, so that's what I want you to know first off. This Two of Wands, and we're gonna double back around with these cards, but this Two of Wands represents advancement, exploration, prospects for you. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you have a lot of prospects in your charts, in your chart right now, and you're just exploring a lot of things, right? But you have a lot of strength to overcome whatever comes your way. Again, this is a special reading specifically for love and for money or wealth. You have Seven of Wands. This lets me know that you have had challenges, in your life. You've had some challenges in your life. in those areas, and specifically in areas of love and money. And while right now you are in a great place, um, because you've done the work, there have been some challenges in the past where you've really, really had to go in and look at yourself and make some adjustments, right? And so it's actually paying off, because what the universe is giving me right now is that you've had to set some healthy, hard boundaries for people around you. It is amazing how the energies around us can cause us to vibrate lower, without them. And this could be family relationships, romantic relationships, or it could be something internal. Without certain things and certain people, we'll vibrate lower, and we don't even understand. We won't even understand why we're vibrating low. Yeah, you won't even understand why. You're just vibrating low, but then you don't even know why you're vibrating low. And that's not a good place to be in. Um, but look at this right here, what I have for you. The High Priestess. This is ruled by the moon, which is Cancer, right? So Cancer is a water sign. That's your journey to emotions and creativity. Um, when I look at these cards, and I see like these wands cards, for instance, like you see the Two of Wands and the Seven of Wands, your third eye is really, really open. Let me see if I can see. Okay. Yeah. Look. Yeah, so Cancer is your, like I said, journey to emotions and creativity, right? But you have the whole universe behind you. You have divine intuition. Like you're a divine goddess, the High Priestess. Okay? So you're in another dimension at this point. This is what I'm seeing for you, Aries. Like I think I've seen for you in the past that you've cut off the relationship with your ex, and that your ex is miserable at this point. But you've come into this awareness where you're in another dimension. Like your intuition is so high and is so strong. And this is where I'm getting this strength from. This is your intuition, so strong. Like when I first pulled this card, I'm like, okay, I see a lot of strength here. There's something internally with your strength, but your intuition is the thing that's strong. It's like on another level of strong. You're seeing a lot of things that before they actually happen. And this is why I tell people, listen, self-love, self-care, detox, detox spiritually, not just with your eating habits. I mean, spiritually detox, where you're able to see things in another dimension that people cannot see. And this is why it was so imperative for you to sever ties with an ex, Aries, because you would not have been able to see the things that you're seeing now. Look at this Magician. So we know with magicians, and a lot of times with the Magician cards, this is your toolbox. You see this magic wand? Everything that you need is right here. Even the things that you think you don't have, or the things that you think you need, you have them because you've done the self-work. And because your third eye is open, and because you have the universe behind you, and you have tapped into this other level. You've tapped into a deeper sense of self, and you're just not. How to say this? You're not allowing things that you allowed to come into your life. You're not allowing those things to come into your life anymore. I hope that makes sense to you, Aries. You're just not allowing just any old thing to come into your life. And that's a great feeling, because once you were just this you know, you've always had this strong leadership, amazing self-confidence, positive energy, bravery, and creativity, right? But you've allowed some people to kind of slip through the cracks in this sense. And I don't mean just in a romantic way. I'm talking about just like even family members, people who were in your life that were like an albatross around your neck, where you couldn't just take off and just soar. That energy around you is kind of like clogging, like it had your eye closed. Like you see the eye closed, it had, your third eye wasn't open. Like your intuition was not as strong as it is now. Like you have literally, you know, like you go to an airport and they have to clear the runway so that the plane could take off. That's how it was for you, Aries. And so the Magician, anything you thought you lacked before, you don't lack it anymore. You have this wand in your hand. It's like a magic wand for you. And like it is a magic wand for you. This is a Gemini card. Represents the, represents your journey to power and intellect, right? Then we have the Nine of Swords, you know, for you. So look at this, the Nine of Swords. So what this represents, let's look real close. This Nine of Swords, you see how he has the masculine, feminine energy, has the swords around them, like all of these swords, has their kind of fingers over their eyes. It represents anxiety, worry, and distress. Okay. Your intuition is so strong, Aries, that this is just simply you remembering a time when so a lot of people right now are kind of challenged with post-traumatic stress disorder because of the people that they allowed in their space. So there's a lot of triggers. It could be like a certain smell. It could be like driving through a particular neighborhood. It could be a word. It could be the name of a person who caused you this kind of anxiety and stress. But because even though they're no longer in your life anymore, you still have those triggers. And you remember how much anxiety it caused you. And so this was you when you had all those other energies around you that just didn't serve you well. But see, look where you are now. Your third eye is open. You have the backing of the universe behind you. You know, this is, like I said, represents the Cancer. And I tell you, it's something about getting from around toxic people. It's just something about it. I mean, at first it may feel odd, especially if that's what you're used to, being around certain family members or colleagues or, you know, an ex or something like that. But remember, this is about love and money. So it's not just about, and I guess I have to reiterate it, it's not just about an ex at this point, because we know Aries. I don't know why this Eight of Wands wanted to pop out, but it popped out. Okay. Let's keep shuffling here. That's a great card. The Eight of Wands. Boy, I tell you, you are doing great. And I don't think I have to tell you how great you're doing, Aries. But I guess the cards, the universe wants you to know and remember, now that your third eye is open, the High Priestess, and you have your intuition is on 10. The universe wants you to remember a time when you had either a romantic relationship, a family relationship, or things that you were even blocking in yourself because you didn't have the strength. You didn't have the strength to cut certain people out of your life. That's what these swords are for too. You can use the sword to cut people out of your life. And you're just remembering, and that's just that stress that they cause, that anxiety, you know, that they cause Let's see what the rest of the cards have. See. Wonderful, wonderful, and wonderful. Wow. Okay. All right. So look. So, it's okay because right now, because we have planets in retrograde, everybody's reviewing things. Everybody's thinking about stuff. You're no different, you know? And so what I want to reiterate though is how better you're doing. How better you're doing without that energy or those energies in your space anymore. This represents progress. This is the Eight of Wands. It represents rapid action, movement in your life. It represents progress. And so I don't have to tell you not to go back to allowing certain entities, certain spirits in your space. I'm not just talking about an ex this time. I'm talking about family members, old friends. Like I said, right now a lot of people are reviewing a lot of things, and you're no different. But look at this star shining brightly. That's you. That is you. This represents Aquarius energy, but this is you. So what I'm seeing is, okay, I'm going to come back to this card right here in just a second. Okay, everything. See, because this Tower card right here, because we have planets in retrograde right now, and because everybody, not just you, everybody is reviewing relationships, money, long-term goals, how we view challenges and obstacles in our lives, setting like long term. I don't know if I say long term goals, but there's a lot going on with our thought process right now, and that's all of the astrological signs. In addition to that, Uranus is in Taurus right now, but it's direct. It was retrograde, but the retrograde ended January 10th, 2019. So it was in retrograde last year, but it's direct now. Inner freedom. You had to tear down a lot of things. Like, you decided that I need to make some changes. Not just with my ex, because I don't see an X card here for this particular reading, and I didn't ask the universe to say specifically about an X. I asked for specifically about love and money, okay? It wasn't just an X you were thinking about. It was other people too. This is family members, and this was some things about yourself that you needed to change. Like you had to break out the sword, Aries, and say, look, I need to cut some things and some people out of my life so that I can get the fullness of everything I'm supposed to have. And so you had this Tower card represents an abrupt change. See how everything just came tumbling down? Everything just came tumbling down so that something else could be born. Look at this, Four of Cups. This is your focus. Okay, so it would appear, usually the Four of Cups means distractions, right? So in the midst of all the distractions that were around you, you still have laser focus. People aren't ready. People are not ready for what's about to emerge. You still have laser focus in the midst of everything that's going on around you. And look, as a result of that, Eight of Cups. Look at all these opportunities. These represent like your multiple gifts. And the universe has you have full support from the universe. But this represents all these opportunities around you, all your gifts, all the things that you have to give to us. You know, the rest of us out here. You have so much to offer us, Aries. And as a result of cleaning house, not just with an ex, these are with other people too. You're thinking about friendships that probably overstayed their welcome. You're thinking about some people who probably need to be exchanged out so that you can welcome some higher vibrating people into your space. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This crown indicates you've been through some stuff. You did not just get this crown just because you decided one day I want to be a queen. You have some battle scars under this dress that nobody else can see. And you've secured the coin. You've secured the bag. This is your money, and this is big money. This is not a small pentacle. This is big money. I'm telling you, you are on this continuous journey like the rest of us. Everybody's on this continuous journey. That's why I wanted to do like the second part of this high and low, the difference between the high and low zodiac signs specifically on this go round, because about 4 days ago I did the earth and water signs, and so now I'm doing air and fire signs. And even though I'm using different cards, the universe is not lying. I'm using, like I said, I'm using the what is this? Affirmators tarot cards. They're beautiful cards. I have some more tarot cards too, but I had to. I wanted to use these to do the second part of this. But yeah, what I'm seeing, the overall energy that I'm getting here is that now that you've gotten rid of the ex, you may be going through a couple of things as far as the ex is concerned, but there's some more cutting you need to do, and you're actually doing it. You're actually playing in your mind right now, thinking about who is going to be, who's going to be a part of that block party, who's going to be on the cutting board. Because you don't have time at this stage in your life for any more foolishness, okay? You put up with enough from your ex, but there are a lot of other people in your life that are going to be exes too. And I don't mean in a romantic way, like they're going to be ex out of your life. But that's what I'm getting for you, Aries. I did, let's see. Yeah, let me look at some of the numbers on these cards, because I love numbers and I love the significance of numbers. So I'm going to see which cards actually have numbers, and we're going to separate them from the pack, and we're going to go through this. Okay, so you have quite a few major arcanas, as I stated before. So let's go through what these numbers mean, okay? Let's break these down. Yeah, let's break these numbers down. I want to make sure I get in real good so you can see these cards, and so I can tell you the significance of these numbers. So we broke down what the cards actually mean as it relates to love and money in your life. Let's break down the numbers, okay? So number 1, you see the number 1 on the card. This means that you are a natural, authentic leader, original thinker, you're accomplished, you're active, you're energetic, you're strong-willed, you're innovative, determined, courageous, and creative. You work best independently. You have unique ideas and approaches. You have definite views, and you enjoy time alone and privacy. Okay, so that's what the number 1 means. Number 2, let's make sure we get in there real good. See the number 2. Number 2 says that you're a peacemaker, you're a diplomat, you are imaginative, you're inventive, you're highly sensitive, healing, and have a well-developed intuition and an eye for detail. You're helpful, you're supportive, you're kind, romantic, and psychic. Look at this, High Priestess. And this is the significance of these numbers. And this is why also, like, I have this, I'm working on this numerology series, because all of this ties in. None of this is by coincidence. What is this number? This is number 8. So 8. Okay. Sorry. Okay, 8. You're efficient, you're determined, abundant, a leader. See the string card? A leader. This is what the number 8 means. You're ambitious, you're athletic, healthy, powerful, influential, a visionary, you're reserved, responsible, strong, and disciplined. Okay? All right. So 16, 1 plus 6 is what? 7. Because we're breaking down to the root number, right? Sorry, I think I have, my apologies, Aries. I want to make sure I get this right for you guys. Okay, so 16, 1 plus 7. 1 plus 6 equals 7. So 7 is spiritual or scientific. It is dignified, wise, quiet, private, analytical. You have a refined mind. You're knowledge driven and wise, a truth seeker, works best alone. You don't follow the beaten path. You love to read. So what I'm seeing, like with this number broken down to the root, 16 broken down to the root number of 7, is that there are people in your life that just don't, that have been sort of an albatross around your neck. And it may be a hard decision for you to cut them off or to go alone without them. But that's what this represents. So 1 plus 7 represents 8, and I thought I saw 8. So did I see 8? Yeah, 8. So we read about the strength. The strength card. So it's the same as what I read for, number 8, where I shared with you for number 8. But yeah, so like I said, the overall energy that I'm getting for you with this, Aries, is that there are just some more people who are getting ready to be on the cutting board, because you're trying to get to your best, highest self. And not that you have any bad feelings towards anybody, but you're just trying to get to the next level. And how do you do that? You get to the next level by clearing the energy and clearing the space. And that's why we had that Tower card. Some things need to come down. They absolutely need to come down. So if your ex thinks that they're going to be the only ones that's on that chopping block, I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that your ex and some people out there that you're about to cut out of your life are going to be gathering together and having some conversations about you, but none of that matters. You're trying to be your highest and best self. And so with that, there are just going to be some people who just can't go along with you. And that's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, this has been Queen Amun Ra. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm sure there are other people who would love to know the difference between a high and low vibrating Aries. And I know that doesn't apply to you all, but for my cross watchers, if you have been in a relationship with someone with an Aries who is vibrating at a low frequency, then you understand why, because that is not the norm for people to vibrate low. Something else has to be going on. Okay? That's what I have for you. So thank you for joining me. Bye.